Guys, deluded. I'm not gonna keep you guys here long at all, man. You guys know I don't like to keep you lot here, man. But what was I gonna say? I've spoken previously about we've only have 50 million to spend. Now it's important. We're not going to be able to make all these changes in a matter of months. We're in May. Technically, the new season starts in August. There are going to be breaks and all of these things. Let's not be naive to think that every change that this club needs is going to happen in a matter of months. It will probably take a year or two for all the changes I personally want to see implemented, and you guys too. But 50 million to spend is a joke. We know we ain't got money. It's a joke. We're a cash rich club and these sort of things. We've had positive net spends, and I'm not a transfer man, but we know this. Either way they've deemed there's only 50 million. Now, the first thing that screams to you is the new manager's going to have to work miracles. The first actual man away from the manager that comes to me is Millistat. Now, the manager has to know players to get. The coaching staff need to, but Millistat was brought in to scout guys. We've only got 50 million. We won't be able to sign ready-made, big-name guys already to step in. So if Millistat has got the diamond eye, as he clearly does, we need him to help us save in some areas. What we need away from transfer fees and these sort of things and names and reputations, in every position, we need competence. If you can find someone for 3, 5, even 10 mil that displays competence and consistency in the back four, defensive mid, in goal, or wherever, then fine. And if we were to do that and bring in a centre mid and a defense and a centre half, again, I'm wishful thinking, people. If you were to bring in them people at a decent price, that might allow you to spend big on a goalkeeper, for example. So, in case you missed that point, if you sign a centre half or defensive mid for a decent bargain, you could go hard for a keeper, and vice versa between the three. I'm only saying them three because that's the spine I believe personally needs to get improved, people. So yeah. Also, I don't want him to leave, and it's creating more problems for us. But Hector Bellerin, 40 million is being spoken about. Add 40 to the stack, that's decent. Allegedly it's 70 if we get Europa League, which I believe technically we have now, so it should be. Bellerin, Ramsey, if he's acting over this contract, 40 million minimum. Wilshere leaving, frees up wages. This allows you to play more with stuff. Mustafi, if you bin him, realistically, we'll be lucky to even get half that 35. But this just to raise funds, in it. If you want to raise funds, the numerous players that are on loan and in and amongst the squad, the young and old, will free up wages if their contracts are up, or sell them, and that will allow us. It won't give us great more money, but every little helps, to be honest. So yeah, the key thing we need to do is get the scouting on point, because if you haven't got money to spend 50 million on centre halves and stuff, do you not naturally have to make sure you get more of a bargain, or you get more value for your money, because you have to be a bit more frugal? So that I would like to think some intensive scouting has been done on a player by numerous scouts, so numerous opinions are built up, a repertoire and a dossier is built up on these players and things like that. Again, I tell you guys all the time, if we could have a 50 million budget and sign all the players we need for 10 million, that's great. I'm all up for that, because I believe in competence and consistency. Yeah, I like high profile players and things, and in an ideal world, I would love young players with the likes of Neymar and Mbappe. I would star up the team at Arsenal, but that's not the way it works. Koscielny's fallen off, but once upon a time he was a nobody. It took him a while to get there, but if we can find someone with just damn right competence and consistency first and foremost, it's there. Because other teams around the world are doing it. Like Villarreal, they got rid of Gabriel, they brought in Bailly. Obviously, Bailly got clapped from them. Numerous at Monaco, maybe not defensive prospects, but they're working hard with their money. Gladbach, all of Lyon, all of these sides that have to be a bit more frugal. Ajax, that have to be a bit more frugal and sensible. They're finding and producing gems. I mean, Davinson Sanchez, they got him for how much? Obviously, Barca were involved as well as Ajax. He went to Ajax. They sold him on to Spurs for a tidy profit. And if they kept him, he could be a very big star. These are the sort of scouting things we need to do, and we're falling behind because compared to them, we have a bit more money. So I have to assume we are a bit more lax, despite the fact that with the other top six, we don't have the top six bands. All right, cool. I don't think we have Liverpool money, but give or take, we could probably be in amongst there. Spurs, we definitely have more money than them because they got their own problems. But again, it's not much. We're still dwarfed by Chelsea, and they're not even on a spending thing like that anymore. City, I don't need to say it. United will constantly keep throwing money until they win a league again. So we can't. But away from that, if you can just find competent players, consistent players, you have a chance of winning the league. If you sign, regardless of price tags, if you sign players that are competent, consistent, and you can rely on them, regardless of how much a squad was assembled for, do they not have a chance of winning a league or winning a football match? I know a lot of people like to complicate football and complicate things, but it's that simple. Think about it, people. All of you have footballing ability, right? Various different footballing abilities. Let's just say some of you cost 10 mil, some of you cost 5 mil, and these things. It might change the people's perception of you and how much they rate you because of the fees, but does it change your ability? Does you being bought for 10 mil, me being bought for 5 change my ability? Say I'm worse than you, say I'm better than you. It doesn't change that, does it? But people will probably think, DG's ranting and all these things. So on that note, I'm going to keep you guys longer, man. Guys, deluded, YouTube's in go low. Get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest. I'm out, man.